Leviticus 1. Voluntary sacrifices and offerings. So the Lord called out Moses from inside the meeting tent and said, Tell the Israelites, when you bring an offering to the Lord, the offering must be one of your tame animals. It can be a sheep, a goat, or one of your cattle. If you offer one of your cattle as a burnt offering, it must be bull that has nothing wrong with it. You must take the animal to the entrance of a meeting tent where the Lord will accept the offering. You must put your hand on the animal's head while it is being killed, so the Lord will accept it as your burnt offering to make you poor. You must kill the young bull in front of the Lord. Then Aaron's son's priest will bring the blood to the altar that is near the entrance of the meeting tent. He will splash the blood on all four sides of the altar. You must remove the skin from that animal and then cut the animal into pieces. Aaron's sons, the priest, will put the fire on the altar and arrange the wood on the fire. They will lay the pieces of animal, including the head and fat, on top of the burning wood. You must wash the legs and inner parts of the animal with water. Then the priest will bring all these parts to the altar to be offered as a burnt offering, a sweet-smelling gift to the Lord. If you offer a sheep or a goat as a burnt offering, it must be a male that has nothing wrong with it. You must kill the animal on the north side of the altar in front of the Lord. Then Aaron's sons, the priest, will splash the animal's blood on all four sides of the altar. You must cut the animal into pieces and remove the head and fat. The priest will then lay them on the wood that is on the fire of the altar. You must wash the legs and inner part of the animal with water. Then the priest will bring all these parts to the altar to be offered as a burnt offering, a sweet-smelling gift to the Lord. If you offer a bird as a burnt offering to the Lord, the bird must be a dove or a young pigeon. The priest will bring the offering to the altar. There, the priest will remove the bird's head, drain out the blood on the side of the altar, and burn the bird on the altar. He will remove the bird's tail and inner parts and threw them onto the pile of ashes east of the altar. Then the priest will tear the bird open by its wings, but he must not divide it completely into two parts. So he will bring the bird to the altar to be offered as a burnt offering, a sweet-smelling gift to the Lord. Leviticus 2. Grain offerings. When you give a grain offering to the Lord, your offering must be made from fine flour. You must pour oil on this flour and put frankincense on it. Then you must bring it to Aaron's sons, the priest. One of them will take a handful of the fine flour with oil and frankincense in it. He will bring the part which presents the whole grain water offering to the altar. that it will be burned up as a sweet-smelling gift to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering will belong to Aaron and his sons. This gift to the Lord is very holy. Baked grain offerings. If we give a grain offering that was baked in the oven, it must be unleavened bread made from fine flour mixed with oil, or it must be waffles with oil flour over them. If you bring a grain offering cooked in a baking pan, it must be made from fine flour without yeast and mixed with oil. You must break it into pieces and pour oil over it. It is the grain offering. If you bring a grain offering cooked in a frying pan, it must be made from fine flour mixed with oil. When you bring grain offering made from these things to the Lord, you must give them to the priest, and he will take them to the altar. Then the priest will take part of the grain offering and lift it up as a memorial offering. He will bring it to the altar to be burned up as a sweet-smelling gift to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering will belong to Aaron and his sons. This gift to the Lord is very holy. You must not give any grain offering to the Lord that has yeast in it. You must not burn yeast or honey as a gift to the Lord. You may bring yeast and honey to the Lord as an offering from the first harvest, but they must not put on the altar to be burned as a sweet smell. Also, you must put salt on every grain offering you bring. You must not forget to add salt, because it presents God's agreement with you. Always put salt on these offerings. Grain offerings from the first harvest. If you bring a grain offering from the first harvest to the Lord, you must bring roasted head of grain. They must be crushed heads of fresh grain. This will be your grain offering from the first harvest. You must put oil and frankincense on it. It is grain offering. The priest must burn part of crushed grain, the oil, and all the frankincense on it as a memorial offering. It is a gift to the Lord.